We do have breaking news right now out of Japan. Reports that former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot at a campaign event. With us tonight, I want to bring Gillian Tett. She's the chair of the editorial board and editor-at-large for the Financial Times. She has spent her career reporting all over the world, from London to Russia and Brussels. You've reported in Japan. Do you know anything more about this breaking news?
Well, I don't know exactly what has happened, but what I can tell you is that Abe, Prime Minister Abe, is a remarkable man. He was the youngest ever prime minister in Japan. He's the longest serving prime minister in Japan, and he really has dominated Japan's political scene for a very long time, giving birth to so-called Abenomics, which was a set of reformist economic policies. He is a fairly right-wing conservative prime minister who's been arguing for a long time that Japan needed to bolster its defense policies. So he has been controversial. We don't know exactly what happened tonight. I very much hope that it's not what it appears to be, which was an attempted shooting. But if it was, the paradox of Japan is that it has some of the toughest gun laws, in the world. But unfortunately, it does have a long, dark history of political violence in the middle of the last century and the early parts of last century. So let's hope that we're not seeing a recurrence of that kind of unpleasant violence again.
But how rare is it to see sort of gun violence like this, in modern times in Japan? Unfortunately, it's something we hear a lot about here.
Very, very, very rare indeed. I mean, it's worth saying that, back in the dark days of Japanese history in the first half of the 20th century, which I wrote about in a book a number of years ago, there were a number of assassinations of political figures. So it's very much part of Japan's history in the past. But, that hasn't been the case for many, many decades. And Japan, for the most part, is a place where gun violence is very rare. When there have been outbreaks of violence, there's often been stabbings and things like that. So it's a fundamentally different type of culture in relation to guns to not just America, but most other G7 countries as well.
We are going to keep monitoring the situation, and as we get any updates, we will bring them to you. Again, reports out of Japan, NBC has not yet confirmed that former PM Shinzo Abe has been shot. He was at a campaign event. He is running for office again. We don't have any sort of status on his health right now. We're going to continue to monitor this, and we will keep you up as we get more information.